Dian ki kendiat sni baka sorkar jylla kala rai ban ya ke MEECL sheki company shimen haka khatwai tarik mentau bana jylleu hajar phoi menteri ubadai pet ya katanat boarding James sangma ula khot ka jingyalang kentup ya CMD ki engineer banyak kran ki mat badan kam baka MEECL ka de banle khnang ban yo ban ai ka jing shakri ka bapaka sheki pat ba ka jylla Hakani ka jingyalang ke MEECL kala rai banyak chakmat ban pentri kam ka project jong ka wa umtro bat leiska ban bujli thamai ka transformer ki balado ban le ru ya ka audit ki bala bones nam klemle
In a concern that was raised in the meeting, so we have asked the MECL to make sure that whatever review petition has been filed with the MSCRC, that they should do due diligence and they should um, uh, uh, give a very focused approach to making sure that whatever review petition is submitted to the MSCRC is done in a proper manner. Whatever manpower is required, whatever expertise is required, that should be taken advantage of, and they should ensure that a proper review petition is put up to the regulatory commission for revision of our tariff. Then other things that we have discussed in the generation in the utility is regarding some of our generating stations which are there, namely the Untru station which was commissioned in the year 1957, and this is right now not generating any power. So the power department has asked the MECL to prepare a report on how we can activate and kickstart the Untru 1957 power generating station. We have also instructed the generating utility that two projects which are in the pipe, which are in the process of construction right now, implementation, which is the Riangdo and the Ganol project. These are both small hydro projects. These have to be reviewed, and a review report has to be given on a timely basis. The other things that we have discussed today is that there are many ongoing schemes which are being implemented by the MECL, which are towards the system improvement of the distribution network. These are centrally sponsored schemes, and some are EAPs. So these schemes have to see timely implementation and timely completion. So this has to be taken up on priority, so that the strengthening of the distribution networks, whatever schemes are there, will eventually help in bringing about a turnaround in the MECL. Excuse me. Other things, of course, in terms of reduction of the aggregate technical and commercial losses, this subject was also brought about in terms of how do we reduce AT&C losses, how do we improve billing efficiency. So these matters were discussed, and many suggestions were also provided and given by the engineers, and we have asked the MECL that they should also take it up on mission mode to bring down the AT&C losses and to improve billing efficiency. Another very alarming thing that came to light today was regarding dependency of the statement of accounts and the audit that has not been taking place for the past 3 years, I think 3 or 4 years, which needs to be done on an urgent basis because as we all know, the MECL is a corporation and is governed by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, and they have to make sure that these audits which are pending for a very long time, from 2017 if I'm not wrong, so these have to be taken up, and I was informed that the matter is being pursued rigorously, and we expect that the audits and the statement of accounts, this whole exercise should be completed very soon, and but this is a matter of grave concern, and it's good that we had this meeting so that this could come out, and action is being taken on that. Of course, the revenue leakages in terms of realization of outstanding dues, which has been which has been a big concern for the corporation. This was a concern for which the MECL had come up with a drive to realize these outstanding dues both from HT and from LT consumers. One of the ways that we had gone for realization was to go on a disconnection drive. So this realization of the outstanding dues will continue, and this has to be pursued vigorously. That is something that has been instructed to the MECL, so that we realize our outstanding dues. So these were the issues which were very broadly discussed today, and these are very complicated issues. These are issues which have been going on for a very long time, and within a very short span of 3.5 hours, we try to discuss all these issues. But I think that the direction in which we need to go ahead, MECL is very much, with all sincerity, looking towards working. That assurance has been given to me by the engineers and also by the association of the MECL, and I'm very hopeful and I'm very positive that we will see a turnaround very soon. And the discussions have at least brought about more clarity, because this has come from many of the engineers who have expressed very candidly about the kind of issues and problems plaguing the organization. Our revenue that is coming in, realize our outstanding dues. So once we have all these things in place, we expect that that is what we will define as a turnaround. Increase in revenue, reduction in leakages, improvement in the functioning of the of the corporation, um, improvement or rather reconciliation of the accounts and whatever backlogs that are there in terms of the pendency of the audit and of the statement of accounts. So all these things, once we have it, we would consider that as a turnaround within a period of 6 months. That is the target that's been set. I think there is a backlog, if I'm not wrong, of about 300 faulty or damaged transformers. So this is a very conservative figure. It could be more. Plus we have the monsoons which are setting in, and we do find that the frequency of damage to transformers is more during the monsoon, so it could be going up very shortly. Or but as of now, if I'm not wrong, the last time I found out, the figures stood at 300. So it's a big number, and some of them have not been replaced. Why? Because they have been outstanding dues to the corporation, and we feel that this as a service provider, it is incumbent on the MECL to make sure that that service is given to our people, our citizens. But those who do not still want to pay those outstanding, we will go on a disconnection spree, and we will make sure that their connections are disconnected. Exactly. So what's happening is that work culture is something, I think for any organization, it's very important that certain amount of work ethics, work culture has to be brought up. But along with that, we also realize that we also need to build up capacity. So when we build up capacity, it's not just about updating them on and sort of cultivating work ethics and work culture in our employees, but also to improve their knowledge. Energy sector or power sector is technology based, and we all know how fast technology moves. One thing that is in today becomes obsolete in the next few months and next few years. So therefore it's very important that our engineers are always very up to date with in terms of what are the emerging technologies, especially in the renewable energy sector, and how they update themselves and how they are informed about how the world is moving. So that capacity building is very important, and we want to put a lot of focus in that. So while doing that, we also would like to see that our work ethics and the work culture of the MEECL also is taken care of. Whatever I've mentioned right now, these are all low hanging fruits. These whatever these interventions we've mentioned here, they do not have much of a what do you call it, financial implication. It'll be very bare minimum. So we're not going in for big ticket interventions. So these are like if we speak about replacement of failed transformers, we do have a certain inventory, we do have certain stock of transformers which are there. But then what was stopping us was that there was a memo saying that we will not change or replace faulty or damaged transformers till 30% is cleared. So now when we say that no, we will not be following that, we will be replacing damaged transformers as and when we get the report. And so then when that happens, immediately will be. But then yes, the process of acquiring new transformers so that we can replace damaged ones, or the process of repairing transformers which are damaged, that is a slight amount of financial implication, but that's a normal thing which anyway goes on in the MEECL. And other things like rationalization of manpower, um, or you look at improving our billing and collection efficiencies, or bringing down our AT&C losses, or for that matter making sure that whatever schemes are being implemented right now, we need closure, number one. Number two, we need timely completion of whatever projects are there. So these are all low hanging fruits which don't really require too much of financial implication, I mean finance.